Hey, what's up? It's your girl Yandy, and you are rocking with me, and I'm rocking with you on entertainmentprescription.com. You make sure you get your daily dose, because I got mine.
Get your daily dose.
Okay, so a new season of Love and Hip Hop New York is coming soon, and we read recently and we reported that you signed a development deal with your contract. And what can you tell us not only about the development deal, but about signing back on for the new season?
Well, I was really excited about joining the cast this year, of course, because my beau and my boo is back, Mandeecess. But more excited than just signing on for a season 5 of Love and Hip Hop, I wanted to have some creative control over the storylines going forward, over what's put out there. So I positioned myself to get a development deal with VH1. I'm really excited. They bid, gave me a huge bonus, and also a development deal. So I'm excited. Wait till you see some content from Yandy Smith coming soon.
So we know you have numerous different ventures that you've launched recently, including your PUD program. What can you tell us about that?
PUD is a term that I use for endearment. When I talk about my friends, when I talk about my family, I say, oh, that's my PUD. So I wanted to use the term to describe my mentorship program, and it's Partners Uplifting Our Daughters. And it's just me and my partners going out speaking to young women about just the importance of knowing their worth, knowing how great they can be, how great they will be. And I wanted to just give them an ear and also lend them a hand in being who they are and really reaching their full potential. So that's what PUD is all about.
And what can we expect moving forward with Everything Girls Love? We know you have your Girls Love event conferences coming up. And what other special ventures are you doing expanding that brand?
Everything Girls Love is a lifestyle brand that I started when I got casted for the show. At first, I just thought of it as a way to expand the Yandy business. But when I saw the traction we were getting and I saw how important it was for women, just kind of to be a well-rounded woman, to have a one-stop shop that tells you about the political things that's going on, to tell you about sports, to tell you what you should wear on your first date, what fashion trends are in, what the stock market is like. I felt like it was important for women to be well-rounded. And I think there was a void and a need for something like Everything Girls Love. So anything that kind of enhances us as women, that makes us better, you can expect us to do. We have this Everything Girls Love conference coming up this weekend, which I'm super excited about. It's just a women's weekend where we enlighten women, we empower women. It's some great networking. We have a panel that we do in the morning, and then we transition the venue into like a big party at night, where we really cater to our women. We offer foot massages, back massages, manicures, pedicures, open bar, food, an awesome DJ, performances, and it's just a time where we give back to these women and let them know they're great and they deserve to be pampered.
Okay, we also know that you're producing a play coming up soon. What can you tell us about that and include the title?
Sure. I'm producing a play, and I'm super excited about it. It's for victims who have considered homicide when doing the video was not enough. Super long title, but it's an amazing play. It's funny, the talent, the voices in this play are great. It's going to live off Broadway for now. We have a 6-week run, and then we're going to come back again, and hopefully it'll be on Broadway. But definitely check it out. You can get all the information from my Instagram, from everythinggirlslove.com. And we're going to have an excerpt actually this weekend at my conference from the play, so you guys can kind of see what to expect.
Okay. We also know that you have a cooking show coming.
Yes. I'm excited about my new cooking show. It's called Modern Domestic, and it's not just a cooking show. It is to bridge the gap between the modern woman who is Oprah in the boardroom and who is Susie Homemaker. And we kind of bring that woman together, who I like to call myself, because I think I'm Oprah in the boardroom and I think I am Susie the Homemaker at home. But it's a cooking show that and we talk about everything under the sun, but at the end of it, you get a great meal, you get a great recipe, and I'm cooking all throughout.
Okay, great. So you have all these different business ventures going on and the new season of the show. How are you balancing that with your family life?
You know, my first priority is definitely my family. There's always, all throughout my day, I'm on the phone constantly, I'm FaceTiming constantly, and a lot of times I bring my sons with me wherever I go. I just left speaking at a Job Corps, and I have my oldest son, little Mandeecess, with me. I'm getting ready to meet up and go to dinner with Mandeecess now, and then I have something else to do with my EGO girls later. You figure it out. You know, I prioritize based on what's important to me, and my family is the number one thing important to me. I get a little tired, but then I just catch naps in the car, and, I figure it out.
Okay, so you mentioned Mandeecess. He's going to be filming on the show this season?
Yes, Mandeecess will be filming on the season. He also signed a contract.
Okay, great. Now, there's so many different rumors out there. There's been so many different speculations. Like, how do you deal with all that, and how do you separate or put out there what's fact and what's fiction?
Honestly, as far as rumors that are out there, I can care less. I'm too busy to focus on rumors. I got too much going on to care about what this one is saying about that one. I have my family back together. I'm excited about it. I am proud of who I'm with. I admire the man he is, and he supports me in everything I do. And I'm so thankful I have him in my corner.
And we know, even though you have 1 million+ followers on social media, you do see what's going on social media. You catch the thirst. A lot of times, girls will be surprised. You catch the comments, you respond, etc. And we just always, we find that to be hilarious because it's like, oh, Yandy caught me. Like, yeah, Yandy's alert. Now, with your family, do you plan on adding to the family, adding more children, maybe a little girl?
If I could have 5, that's always been my dream to have 5 children. But yeah, absolutely. I cannot wait to have more. I am anxiously waiting. Who knows? Maybe soon.
Okay, we see that big rock
Yes.
right there on your finger. So, what's going on with wedding planning?
We are definitely in the process of planning. Do I have a date? I don't. You leave it to Mandeecess, it would have happened months ago. But I want my perfect wedding that I have dreamed about since I was a little girl. Call me selfish, but there's just certain things that a girl needs, and this is what this girl needs.
Okay. Now, can you tell us anything about the new season of Love and Hip Hop? Who's coming back or anything of that nature?
What I can tell you without spilling too much of the tea is we got a lot of new faces, and the new faces are just as crazy as some of the old ones. So stay tuned for an explosive, for a dynamic, for a bunch of crazy buffoonery. Okay. Of course, you get the same old Yandy. I'm pretty much, who I am. I stay true to who I am. But we got some crazy things happening.
Okay, now we also know that you have the whole label with Rich Dollars. What's going on with that? Is that still moving forward?
Well, you know what? You got to tune in because we definitely cover that beat on the show. So tune in to find out what happens with Rich Dollars and I on Lenox Avenue Records.
Okay.
Please stay tuned.
But you are still moving into movies as well, though. We know you just recently had a project.
Yeah, I produced my first film 2 years ago, and then I got into my second film this year, and I'm excited about that as well.
Okay, great. Now, any other special ventures that we need to know that are coming out or look forward to or check for?
I feel like you have done your research, and you've done your research very well. I think Mandeecess and I are doing a love and relationship book.
Oh, okay.
So stay tuned for that.
Great. Now, with Love and Hip Hop and you staying true to yourself, what do you think about when you see some of the different behaviors and shenanigans, even most recently with the big Love and Hip Hop Atlanta explosion on set in New York? Like, what are your thoughts about that? How do you, stay in your lane with stuff like that going on?
I think as women, we are multidimensional. I think that we all have layers to us. And I think behind closed doors, there are a lot of people that are a lot of the ways that we see on TV. Just some of us have, we just have a different mentality when it goes putting your business out there, all the way out there. Some of us, we have no coof and we don't care. And then some of us feel like, this is all I am, this is all I'll ever be, so hey, this is me. I personally, I have children that I feel like I morally owe certain things to. I have several jobs. This isn't my only job, so I have to make sure that I am handling things as I could to continue to work outside of Love and Hip Hop, so that's important for me. And, also it's important for me to leave a legacy that young women can look up to and respect. But life happens to all of us, and you can't control outside forces, and sometimes you just gotta yank somebody by the neck. And fortunately, I haven't had to do that yet, but you can't always control what happens in reality TV.
Okay, so we also know that you have a hand in music and music management. Are you still working with some of the artists that you worked with, and what can you tell us about that?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a manager by day. I love managing artists. Right now, Joel's is getting ready to come out with a new project. We're working on our label. And he's actually working on his new album, so stay tuned. And Mitzi has a new artist. Her name is Sheraya. She's amazing. You will hear more about Sheraya. You can look her up, Sheraya J. She has an amazing video that we just dropped. Please look her up. She's dope. Mandeecess and Cameron are working with a new artist right now, and also Cam is working on some music, and I think Mandeecess is doing a movie with Cam. There's a lot going on the management side.
Okay, great. Now, we know that you also previously had a management relationship with Jim Jones, and there was the famous fallout on TV. Has any progress been made in that relationship, or is
Oh
it?
no. The crazy thing is, from that last day of shooting, I have not seen Jim or Chrissy since at
Okay,
all.
you've
Haven't
never?
spoken to or seen them anywhere, which is crazy.
Yeah, because you're everywhere.
Yeah, I haven't seen them, haven't bumped into them, nothing.
Okay. Now, we also know that you recently went to the Beyonce concert with Kimbella and Little Kim, and how was that experience?
Oh, we had a ball. It was like Mommies Unite. Kim just had her baby, so this is her first night out. Kimbella has 3 kids, so she's like running crazy behind hers. And then I have my Amir, who just started school. So I've been really trying to get him in bed by 8 o'clock. So this night I was like, Daddy, you are in control of getting that baby at 8, getting the baby in the bed at 8, and you have to make him lunch for tomorrow because I will not be able to wake up after this concert. So we went out and just had a ball. It was a lot of fun. It was girls' night out, so it was a lot of fun. I'm glad we were able to do it. And we talked the whole time. We talked about breastfeeding and taking kids to school, and in between jamming to Beyonce, we had to keep coming back to Kim because she's a new mom. So she was missing her baby and crying, but it was a really fun time.
Yeah.